Puerto Rico, a Caribbean island located between the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean, has a rich and complex history. From the time of its discovery by Christopher Columbus in 1493 to the present day, the island has been shaped by a diverse array of influences, including indigenous cultures, Spanish colonialism, African slavery, and American intervention. When the Spanish arrived on the island, they encountered the Taino people, who had inhabited the island for centuries. The Spanish enslaved and killed many Taino, and within a few decades, the Taino population had been decimated. The Spanish then brought over African slaves to work on the island's sugar plantations. For the next several centuries, Puerto Rico became an important center for the transatlantic slave trade, with millions of enslaved Africans brought to the island to work on the sugar plantations. In the late 19th century, Puerto Rico began to push for greater autonomy from Spain. In 1898, during the Spanish-American War, the United States seized Puerto Rico from Spain and established control over the island. The U.S. government initially promised to grant Puerto Rico autonomy, but instead, the island became a colonial territory of the United States. In the early 20th century, Puerto Rico's economy was heavily dependent on agriculture, with sugar being the main export. However, the Great Depression of the 1930s hit the island hard, and many Puerto Ricans migrated to the mainland United States in search of work. In the 1950s, Puerto Rico's economy began to diversify, with the development of manufacturing and tourism industries. In 1952, the island became a Commonwealth of the United States, and Puerto Ricans were granted U.S. citizenship. However, the island remained a colonial territory, and Puerto Ricans had no representation in the U.S. Congress and could not vote in U.S. presidential elections. In the 1960s and 1970s, Puerto Rico underwent a period of political and social upheaval, with a growing movement for independence and calls for greater autonomy from the United States. In 1977, a pro-independence candidate, Carlos Romero Barceló, was elected governor of Puerto Rico, marking the first time a pro-independence candidate had won the governorship. In the 1980s and 1990s, Puerto Rico's economy underwent a period of rapid development, with the island becoming a major center for pharmaceuticals and technology manufacturing. However, the island also struggled with high levels of poverty and unemployment. In the 21st century, Puerto Rico has faced a number of challenges, including a severe economic recession and a debt crisis. In 2017, Hurricane Maria struck the island, causing widespread destruction and a humanitarian crisis. In the aftermath of the hurricane, the island has struggled to recover, and many Puerto Ricans have migrated to the mainland United States. Today, Puerto Rico remains a territory of the United States, and its political status is a contentious issue. There are ongoing debates about whether the island should become the 51st state of the United States, achieve independence, or maintain its current status as a commonwealth. In conclusion, Puerto Rico's history is marked by a complex web of influences and events. From indigenous cultures, Spanish colonialism, African slavery, American intervention, and political and social upheaval, the island has been shaped by a diverse array of factors that continue to shape its political and economic landscape to this day. The island has faced many challenges over the past decades, and the future of Puerto Rico is still uncertain. Thank you for watching VSH. Please like, share, and subscribe. Join us next time as we journey through another very short history.